Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here, bringing you some Meltdown Kill Confirmed action with the Remington 870 MCS using the long barrel and laser sight attachment, which are the attachments I would recommend if you want to use this gun. But I'm sure everyone's gone through, the first few guns that you get in the game. Since the 870 is the first shotgun you get, I'm sure a lot of people have checked out, see what it's all about. But if you have not seen my shotgun report card video that I posted up yesterday, you can go ahead and take a gander at that, where I go over each individual shotgun, my thoughts on each, I give them all a grade, and I just give my opinions about them and my attachments that I use for each gun and how I like to use them, the strengths and weaknesses of each as well. And I can say that the R870 is going to be the most popular shotgun in Black Ops 2. That's not really a hard thing to predict. Call of Duty players are very predictable, and you're not going to see a lot of people use shotguns on first hand because no one really uses a lot of shotguns in any Call of Duty, and Black Ops 2 is not going to change that. Regardless of how strong or weak they are, you'd have to have some pretty overpowered shotgun in order for it to be very popular, and you really only saw that in the akimbo models in Modern Warfare 2 for that brief amount of time. But this R870 is pretty good. Pump action, 8 rounds, that's, good enough. It's got some really good range, but, it's inconsistencies, like right there. Sometimes that's a one-shot kill, sometimes that's a two-shot. In that case, it was two-shot. Not that big of a deal because I got the kill. But when you're engaging multiple enemies, or if you're in a more open area where you need each shot to connect and get a kill, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. You're going to find yourself having some frustrations, kind of like cross-map random ass spawn nades that kill you even though you have flak jacket. But the R870 has a pretty good fire rate for being a pump action, and its lethality is nothing to sneeze at. It's only the inconsistencies that hold this gun back. I'm not sure I don't know why. If it has something to do with the hit detection or the connection. Obviously, it has a lot to do with the connection, because this game is probably more connection based than any COD to date, even more so than Modern Warfare 3. But for various reasons, I don't need to dive into that right now. But just go ahead, skip ahead here. I was just running around the map a lot because on a map like Meltdown, it's a pretty decent map, all things considered. When you compare it to all the terrible maps in this game, this Black Ops 2 is the worst maps of any video game I've ever seen. But Meltdown has some redeeming qualities in that you could just go around the edges of the map and just stick to that. Keep all your engagements as close quarters as you can. Go through around here in order to get to the A flag side, or go through the little meltdown area. I don't know what the hell to call it, the smokestack, I guess. So you can meander your way through the crowds. So there's going to be a lot of times where you're running around and you're not seeing some people, but that's really the best way to get your kill streaks, is just keep to the edges of the map, because the middle of the map is really a death trap. It's nice that you can go under a little bit and the cars give you some cover, but for the most part, this map, like many other maps, just comes down to one team camping their own spawn and the other team camping their own spawn. Because it seems like every map in this game has a building on each side with a window that someone could camp in, and that's really a shame. It's lazy level design, and it makes for really crappy games. But here, if you can avoid those, or if you can just get lucky and no one's camping in those windows all the time, you can have a pretty decent game. So Meltdown is one of the better maps for gameplays. I find Raid is also very good, as well as Plaza, just because of the way that you can navigate those maps to have most of the engagements in your favor, regardless of the weapon that you're using. But Meltdown is one of the better maps for shotgunners, and so I love using my R870 or my S12 on this map. Throwing down my care packages, because that's pretty much all I can really get with the shotguns. And that's not a knock against the shotguns, because R870 is a rather good primary weapon to use, even though it has its problems. It's just that the shotguns are so outclassed by everything else. It's not that they're so terrible, it's that everything else is so much better. You know, um, the submachine guns just rule this game. I've already ran into lobbies where everyone is using diamond PDWs. I'm not kidding. I've ran into an entire lobby. The entire team was using diamond PDWs, and it was just ridiculous. I was getting spawn killed like crazy because of this terrible map design and the worst spawn system that I've ever seen. In conjunction with that, just not does not create a very healthy environment for players that are not on a full team. And I seem to run into full parties more in Black Ops 2 than any other COD. And I don't know if that has something to do with their skill-based matchmaking system or what, but that's just the matter of the game right now, and that's definitely not going to change. So, care packages will be your best friend if you're a shotgunner and you don't have the best connection, um, because those are really the only kill streaks I can get. Yeah, I can get the lightning strike or the hellstorm missile, but you're not gonna be able to get things that you could get with more consistency using a submachine gun or an assault rifle. But that's true for most CODs. Here I'm in this Dragonfire, this useless Dragonfire, and I'm not joking when I say this is the most successful Dragonfire I have yet to have in this game. I pick up C3 and that's it. Bam. This guy hip fires me with his MP7 and I get taken down. Dragonfire is so freaking weak. But I'll get into that into another video that just showcases that even more when I'm using the Scar on Yemen using that Dragonfire. Just a useless score streak. So don't use that. But with the shotguns, I tend to be using Ghost, Flak Jacket, Tactical Mass, and Dexterity. Uh, Ghost because if they have a UAV up and you have a shotgun and they don't have a shotgun, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage because when it comes to using a shotgun, your best way of survival is stay under the radar, get around their spawns, get behind their back, and knife them or whatever. So that's why I use Ghost. A lot of people are still using UAVs, and they'll continue to do so, especially since a lot of other people are having difficulties getting larger score streaks. So you're going to be seeing more UAVs than you would in an Infinity Ward game. Um, but also Flak Jacket for all those Bettys and Claymores. I know I could use Engineer to see those Bettys and Claymores and protect myself from their explosions that way, but as a shotgunner, you really need to use dexterity in order to help you make all those engagements in your favor as much as possible. So that's another reason why I use Flak Jacket, because I can't use Engineer because I need to use dexterity. And I also like using Tactical Mass Pro because if you're stunned using a shotgun, you are dead in the water. You are not coming back from that. And Tactical Mass for all those shock charges and stun grenades, mostly for the shock charges. I mean, those things are abundant as Bettys, as it seems so far in this game, and that's not going to change either. There's a terrible implementation on their part to put an electrical claymore in their game, and we all saw that coming. I mean, I predicted that before the game even came out, and in my first my first impression vid, I even pointed out that that it was going to be a problem, and of course it was. Here I am with this war machine. It's useful at times, just not so much in this map because of the way that it's planned out. But if people are camping up in this window, I'd be able to take him out. But I'm just getting hit markers here so far, so I'm just wasting ammo at this point. That's alright, because the game is coming to a close. Survive 75 explosion with Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket is useful in this game, just sometimes it feels like you'll get taken out by a Betty or a frag grenade when you hadn't taken any previous damage, but those aren't too often, so that's not really much to complain about. We're able to complete the game here on the score limit, because the way that kill confirmed and domination are made in this game, you'll hardly ever get that score limit. It'll usually be the time that does you in. But my final score here is 35 of 14, 28 confirms and 3 denies. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.